Thanks for joining us for another Storage Meetup. Again, we do this every Friday, so see a lot of the regulars and got some new faces, so it's nice to see new faces coming on here and get some new blood, so I appreciate that. Jim, we'll do this for an hour. Very free-flowing conversation. Got anything you want to bring up, wins, questions, whatever, we're here for you. Probably do a breakout session here in about 20 minutes. We'll break you out into kind of some smaller groups and give you more of a chance to get to know each other a little more one-on-one and be able to get a word in. So we will do that. But everyone's starting to join us right now, so the room's starting to fill up. So
yeah, I'm watching them add-ins. I just had 5 in a row, so yeah. We're getting there.
Everyone waits till like the minute of, and then they join. So that's how it goes. So what you been up to this week, Jim? Just hanging out, no traveling.
No traveling, working on. We were, said we got a few new vendors we're working on signing up. I don't know if you saw it, Jim. We just put a press release out yesterday. What's new with the SBOA? So
yeah, I did.
A lot of that's going out and trying to get some more alliance members into place, and talking about marketing. So Matt, I might be pinging you in a little while for some marketing help, because consulting help, because I got people saying consulting what part. I'm like, operations I can do, but if you want feasibility studies or due diligence, I'm like, that's not my world. I will gladly pass that on to Matt Van Horn, because that's what he does best. So
just let me know. Thank you.
So, but yeah, so I mean, I don't know if you got it, Jim, if you looked at it, but I thought Mikhail did a really nice job with the press release. So
yeah, no, look great.
So
that's the thing. Just got to keep things going and keep things fresh and keep rolling. So you guys are doing the right things.
We're trying to get there,
No,
just saw.
And keep an eye out. I'll ask one more time before we get too far into the weeds here. For Keep It Simple Storage, Tommy, if you're around, just raise your hand. We'll have you present the show and tell. But if not, we'll just keep rolling here.
Yeah. Well, I told you about lunches. I think Jonathan just hopped on here. Jonathan Yandel from the lock company. We had lunch and walked out of the restaurant, and hey, my God, that guy's got a boot on his truck. He goes, "Oh, that was me."
Yeah. It took all of 10 minutes to get the boot. Apparently, they're really quick out in New York.
So yeah, John and I had lunch. You talked about his new lock product he's got coming out that kind of like keep kiss lock and all the high technology stuff, but his has got more meat on the bone with some of the things he's adding to it. So it's pretty cool. I think John, did you sign up yet for a show and tell in a couple of weeks, or did it open up for you yet?
Yeah, Jim Ross, we had this conversation. I think Nick was going to reach out to you about that, but I think you guys have been fully booked, so we're hopping on the newer platform that you're on.
We're gonna set you up on the marketplace, and I'm getting all that set up now, so we're getting the pipeline filled there for you.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So how long did it take to get the boot off?
Oh, all of 30 seconds. They were really quick. They're the fastest $60 they ever made, I bet.
Sorry, dude.
Oh, it's all right.
How it goes. Did anyone go to the Napa show? I know that was going on this week. Are you in there, Tom?
Tyler raised his hand. Napa was this week. It wasn't Arkansas this week too.
Napa's a little bit better than Arkansas. Come on, I want to hear about Napa.
I didn't go to either one. How was Napa, Tyler?
I thought Napa was great. It actually rained the first night. Normally it's really, really hot up there. But it was great. Everybody seemed to enjoy the golf and the wine, and met up with some clients, and some PMSs were there out in force, and it's always a good time, and they just the food's great. So come on out to Napa next year, people.
So who cares about the networking and the learning about anything about storage? It's the food. The food rocks.
Dude, that's just too long of a flight from East Coast to West Coast. I'm sorry.
How was the turnout?
You'd probably have to ask them. It felt as full as it always does.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, at least a couple hundred people. Yeah, and then the Newport one is in July.
Nice.
Yeah.
I never made it, but everyone always says it's just a cooler, different vibe doing the Napa thing. So, was it more owners? Is it more owner focused, or am I thinking of a different?
Well, there's the owners conference down in Newport Beach.
Okay, that's right. I'm thinking that.
There were still a lot of owners, plenty of vendors, a lot of financial guys, brokers, stuff like that.
Yeah. Did you
Anybody
do
go
that?
to Arkansas? That was Wednesday, Thursday. I know. Probably figured we wouldn't see Shannon on here because I saw Shannon was at there from XPS. So it
She's
was in Hot Springs, Arkansas, Jim.
she's getting a lot of airline miles right now, doing all the shows. That's
You know what? I am being very picky on where I'm going this year.
they let you be picky. I thought the SBR would be like, here's your itinerary, goodbye. No, that's good.
Nope. Well, David Myers and Nate were out in Napa. They're like, come out here with them. I'm like, nope, sorry, ain't going. No, don't want to.
Well,
My
that's
next
great.
one's Mid Atlantic because I know I'll get to spend time with Holly at Mid Atlantic in DC. That'll be a good one. What are we up to, Holly? Do you know? Is it 500 plus? I heard.
That's our target. I haven't had a recent update, but we still have over a month to go. So it's really good. In terms of the Mid-Atlantic, as Jim knows, it's our highest attended event when we have it in the National Harbor by DC. So hopefully we'd love to see everybody come and make it if you can. It's a great event. I'd even venture to say it's a national caliber level event. When you say,
I
Jim?
I would agree. It's always fun there. Good turnout. We got a lot of vendor spots filled up already, so it should be a. I mean, DC is a good time, so you know.
You guys must be on the board.
How could you tell?
Was I was replaced by Holly on the board, so you know they
I
stepped up.
Well, that's not true. Mr. Mooney has been on the board volunteering and serving for what, 9 years or something crazy, Jim?
10, 12, I don't know.
10,
Yeah.
yeah. So he had a forced roll off this year. So Melissa Stiles is president. I'm VP. We've got a great board. And it's also in collaboration with the New Jersey Self-Storage Association, Maryland,
In
and
Virginia.
Virginia. Yeah. But
Actually, I think it's funny because when we first started talking about Mid Atlantic all those years ago, thanks to Norm Shore with his pushing, uh, all of a sudden all the other regional shows started coming out after us. And Holly, I don't know if you've noticed, more and more states now are doing baseball games after Pennsylvania started ours. So they're kind of following. We were a trendsetter back then. So
I know, I know. I'm still trying to get Storeable to let me go to all of them. It would just be my full-time job going to the baseball games for associations.
it was fun.
You guys in
Yeah.
baseball, I swear. It's always baseball, baseball, baseball. Come on.
Jess is on here too, with the Florida Self-Storage Association, and we have luncheons coming up for them as well.
Yeah. Florida and Texas do really, really nice jobs. And you know who else has done a lot lately? The Georgia, South Carolina crew. They've done a lot of good lunch and learns down there. And when
Nice.
Max was president, they've done a lot of good things there. Pennsylvania's always good. It's amazing. Some of the states that are just very active, and some states are very just laid back with it. But we just had a new law passed in Pennsylvania this year, Holly, right?
We did, yes. And you'll have to talk more specifically about what it is, but it's been something we've been working on for quite a while that deals with um, auctions. Jim, you want to tell them what got passed?
Auctions are a little bit more weekend. You know, online was always that way anyway, but now we have online. But we also have in there the ability that if somebody doesn't sign a lease, if we send them a letter saying, you know, those guys work very hard in a lot of states to get that law passed, especially when you take over a property and there's no leases signed. It was always hard to get that done, but now the verbiage in there says, you know, next payment or if you stay in the unit constitutes acceptance of the new terms and policies of the lease. So it's really been good. So a lot of work is going in that Pennsylvania. We've changed a couple times on the board where we got the late fees changed, we got the lockout dates changed. Um, our contact does a really nice job in the legislation getting some of these bills pushed through. So Pennsylvania is one of those blues. It's a blue state, but it's more red than blue, except for Pittsburgh and Philly. So getting some things passed up this way can be a little tricky some days, but they do a really nice job with it. But proud to be part of that association. And I'm not on the board this year, but I'm always there if they need my help. Yeah, anything they want me to do to keep it going for our association. So
Fantastic. Who else was just joining us here? I want to just real quick, because we're getting the ball rolling here. Share my screen again. Mentioned it last week. Put it in chat. Still getting things put together right now, since we are all talking about AI here and there for the show and tell. So I put it in the chat, storagemarketplace.com. You'll see show and tell. Right now I'm putting this together. I love doing the show and tells where we're not just talking about AI and saying it's awesome and then moving on. I want to see it and hear it and all that fun stuff. So putting this together right now, I've got quite a few vendors that we've talked to in the last week and going to send demos over to me and then some snippets of what they actually do for AI. It's going to be fun. And then I'm going to put them all together, curate it, and kind of just show kind of the life cycle of, for marketing and operations and revenue management and all sorts of stuff. And I'll be presenting this on the 5th, on June 5th. So go there to register. Anyone that's on here, I know I've talked to a few of you already, but if you're looking to, if you want to present and give me some content for this as well, you can just go on there to apply, kind of see what we're kind of shooting for here, some examples. But it's going to be fun. Again, it's kind of a work in progress on how it actually is going to look, but that's the point. It's going to be fun. It's going to be looking. It's not just going to be talking heads, us talking about it. You're going to see it, and then you'll have a chance to be able to talk to the vendors and get some more information on if you want to move forward with them. But it's just moving so fast. That's why I wanted to hold an event to just be able to showcase what's actually happening right now.
Jim, I got to give you a lot of credit. You are so far forward in a lot of these things, and even like putting this meetup together. We're in our second year now. How many have we done so far? I don't even know.
I think this is number 76, 77, something like that.
It's crazy, but you've always had that mindset of helping people out and doing a thing. So, I mean, I love co-hosting with you, but you do all the work behind the scenes. It's just fun to hop on here and work with you. But you're really forward thinking and all this stuff, and I appreciate what you put together for all of us.
Oh, well, thank you. It's nice to hear that once in a while. I appreciate it, but it's one of those things where you just want to be able to have the community, and I get the ideas from everybody else when we're all chatting. So the more that we have to talk and ideas and questions, that's how we create the content and what's going to be coming in the future. So that's the way it goes. I love it. Just want to make sure one last time before we move on that KISS guys are not on. I don't think they are.
I haven't seen them. I've been watching the list, Jim. I haven't seen anybody.
It's my fault for not reminding them. It's been a week, so let's just put it that way.
They're stuck in Napa, probably.
I didn't remind them. So,
Randy, what's going on in Michigan, bud?
Same stuff, Actually, Michigan's one of the states that's doing fairly well on rental activity. If you read all the reports, and if I look at my results as well.
Well, that's because you're there.
It is because I'm here, of course.
Randy, you're one of the OGs. You're people. People always ask me who do I go to when I want advice, and there's a handful of people I'll reach out to that, you'll tell me exactly what you're thinking, the good, bad, and the ugly, and we've had some of them conversations. Like, are you stupid? No, I'm gonna try this, and I always appreciate about you that I can pick up the phone and call you and say, hey, what do you think?
I always will tell you guys I have made more mistakes in storage than anybody on this call. and the reason is I'm not afraid to try anything. And I've been doing it for a real long time. So doing them together. I've made a ton of mistakes.
How's your experiment going with the good, better, best?
It's actually doing really well.
Okay.
We have about 65% of our people last month buy up. So
that's a great step.
Done very well. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to it, doing a little bit better. And, one of the things you talk about AI, Jim, is we've been using our AI trainer, and our AI trainer this month is put herself together a nice little 10-minute video on how our property managers can sell the good, better, and best.
And what do you mean by AI trainer?
Well, I don't have a trainer. I have an AI trainer,
That's
Alice.
Right.
Yeah, you ask Alice, and she does a nice little video. She's wearing our uniform, walking around our offices. It's a great way to utilize AI. So if you upload your SOPs and have an AI trainer deliver those to your employees, it's a great way of saving some money.
Book a time. We'll do a 10-minute video so I can present this to everybody on the show and tell. That's exactly.
Oh man, that's proprietary, buddy.
Oh come on.
Well, I have no problem. We can
black out stuff. Do
hey,
it,
Randy. How many of your
fantastic?
how many of your 65% were online versus in person? Because I
So
know
our online renters, just in general, we're about 62% last month of online renters, or through our call center. So they never talked to a person at the store. They signed their contract through the internet, and that's great, especially when in your college stores, they don't want to see you.
yeah. How are you guys doing on your upgrade? Because I know you and I talked about, we were doing the recommended levels on the protection plan or the insurance, whatever one you do. We were seeing anywhere between a 40 to 55% upgrade on protection plans online because the recommended bar followed the size of the unit. Have you guys seen anything with that?
And so we're still, and Storeable needs to fix this, but we're still giving them a choice, and you do have to give them a choice to decline. But one thing that you need to do is if they do decline and you require insurance, you have to follow up with your customers and say, hey, we give them 7 days to give us a copy of their insurance certificate. And if they don't give us a deck page, then we go ahead and add it back to their account. So
we use Go Local for our website.
yeah.
We didn't, they had to pick one. We didn't give them the option. And we were toying with it because Kurt Klein does a Safeguard had the same thing where you could opt, say you're going to bring your own like 48 hours or whatever the case was. But we worked with Go Local, and Go Local was the one that had the recommended bar follow the size of the unit on the online rental, not the software.
Interesting.
So maybe check with your website company to see, because anything for us, anything from a 5x5 to a 10x15, we recommended the $3,500 band. And Brandy, I'll send you a screenshot. And we had a banner around saying recommended. And then if you went to 10x20, it recommended a 5. And then because we also had the ability that said they're stored more than $5,000 in value, which again, Jeff and Scott don't like that. But if they chose that,
they don't like that.
They chose that box that they're not going to, if they're going to have more than $5,000 in value, it automatically defaulted. They had to take the $5,000 or the $10,000 protection plan. They couldn't back out of it. Yeah. So we saw a nice. I mean, we had one store before my stores went away. One store had a 22% upgrade on protection plans across the board.
Well, we're 80 across the board. We're over 80% penetration across.
Oh no, we were 85% penetration, but we had a 20% upgrade on the base models.
On the base model, that's great.
That's fantastic. Hey, just real quick, I got some more people here. Anyone else new that didn't already say hi during the pre-show? Just want to give everyone a chance to introduce themselves, but I think everyone has.
Yeah, I was new last week for the first time, but I'm back.
Oh, good.
Welcome back.
Yeah, Dave Smiley, Pacific Southwest Realty Services, commercial mortgage bankers, finance commercial properties, including storage all around the country. Represent 20 life companies. So we do a lot of life company non-recourse lending, but it's about 70% of our $1.5 billion that we do. The rest is banks and credit unions and CMBS, et cetera. So if anybody has any financing needs or knows anybody who needs financing, I'll put my information in the chat.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, thanks for
joining us.
John
Yandel, you're new. Is this your first one? I told you about coming here. Is this your first one, right?
Yeah, this is my first one. I'm excited to be here, and Jim, I really enjoyed the lunch the other day, and it's cool that you guys are doing this when you were telling me all about it. So I'm excited to kind of be here for my first time.
Tell me a little bit about what you do.
Yeah, so I've got a pretty long background in storage. Started in brokerage, and then I was in acquisitions for a while for a company called Move In Self Storage, and then throughout that time, I started a smart lock company for self storage owners and operators. We also build other management tools like computer vision software, gate access systems, kiosk style things that are just app based that you download on an iPad. We're live on a few on move-in self-storage locations, couple hundred locks. We got a few more 100 coming in on Tuesday. And yeah, it's been a pretty exciting ride. It's my last day with move-in 2 weeks ago. So I am now in the vendor space. I'm checking all 3 boxes.
Busy man.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us then. Just looking around, if you don't mind, it makes it easier if you want to rename yourself. Put your name dash your business. This helps when everyone's kind of looking around to faces, names, and businesses, so that works. Let's go to the breakout rooms if you don't mind. I want to give everyone a chance to introduce themselves and say hi and say what's up and say what's up in their storage world. Does that
So
work?
how many are putting in the room, Jim? We got 60 people online right now.
And if you're on, turn your cameras on. So please turn cameras on. We got 60, so I'll put in do 10. I'll do 8 rooms.
There you go.
Are you going to
That
leave
works.
me solo in the main room again? Leave me.
I don't know
leave
how
me
that
out?
happened. Who knows? Yeah, I kept you company. Come on. But
I just
yeah,
don't want to be put with Richard again.
Please
hey,
no. Please no, Anthony.
it is up to the Zoom gods and where you
Can
land.
can we
That's how
select
it
who comes
goes.
in and who goes out in the room? Because I don't know if I want Anthony either. Some days he's a little. Fridays with him could be interesting.
All right. I think we're set. All right. We'll play breakout roulette, see where everyone lands. All right. We'll do like
Very
15
good,
minutes.
Anthony.
Then we'll come back.
Cool.
All right. You should start going to rooms now.
Dude, there's so much knowledge in this room. It's not even funny. I mean, the years of experience from this group. Look at Shane rocking his Pittsburgh hat. Dude,
Always have to.
I was waiting for the phone call after my Flyers beat your Penguins.
I was happy that the Canes are going to sweep you guys, but I think that Flyer fans are still happy with the result. So
Dude, I didn't
it
think
was
we'd get that
depressing.
far.
I
didn't think
think
we'd
the
that
Canes
far.
are going to sweep the whole thing.
I think the Canes look. I mean, they look. I was talking to Ferguson yesterday. They just look unstoppable. I thought we had a chance in game 2, but game 3 last night we got smoked, and I'm like, oh, we're done.
It's going to take years for me to get over that playoff series, though. That's all I'll say.
Dude, I almost texted you. I was so close. I'm like, no, I can't do that.
Thank you for the mercy. I needed it the day of.
Jim, you're muted.
Hey, Jeff and I got stuck in our room, so I went ahead and left and rejoined, but Jeff might still be hanging out over there.
I'm here.
There you go.
Coming back.
I'm back.
How'd you do it, Jeff?
It was a button on my iPhone I've not noticed before, so thankfully I'm not stranded. Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Hey, Jim
every
Ross,
once in a
did you
while.
watch? Did you watch any Monument hockey yet, or no? Mammoth hockey?
I watched half of one, then got bored, and I watched the YouTube summary the next morning. So I was good.
Dude, playoff hockey is the best.
I got things to do. I can't sit there for 4 hours. No, I
So-
don't have the patience for
Jim
it.
is the
But-
king of the summaries too. So
See, exactly. Just taking my own advice here.
Jim probably read War and Peace in 2 minutes and read the what the hell was it called back in the day? The
Cliff notes. Cliff notes, baby.
Cliff
Yep.
I use Sculpt notes.
Before I forget, Jim, Timothy's got to get with you because he's got some. Randy and I were talking. Timothy's got the new guy's got some interesting stuff, so he told me he's got to get with you for a show and tell.
Oh, great. Yeah, just email me. Anyway, I was just kind of bouncing around, kind of being a weirdo, bouncing around the different rooms and just eavesdropping for a few minutes. Actually, I think was it room 2 with Corey and was it David, right? You were asking about your Google Business Profile videos.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I'm
Bring that up. What you do. I think it's awesome.
well, I'm kind of embarrassed now because like I think I really need to update it, but I was just checking.
There's no embarrassment on the meetup. We're all family. We just go ahead.
So one thing I was doing is just like as I edit little social media videos, I post it, like I make a Google Business Profile post. But one thing I guess I thought that when you do a post that media automatically gets added to your like photo video library on Google Business Profile, but it doesn't appear that it does.
That'd be a Corey question, or Eva if she's on here.
That would be correct. So you want to do it like let it play out and let it disappear and then go re-upload it into your photos.
Gotcha. So I can just show an example here.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Because people get, we always talk about it, Google Business Profiles, don't just do the pictures, you can do videos, and no one ever does videos. And like, man, if you
Yeah,
just do that, you stand out. I still
I
have some
will.
videos I made 6 years ago that have, well, they used to track it, how many views you had, but they still show up, and that was like 6, 7 years ago. It's insane.
I will just share real quick, like the thing on the video on Instagram.
There you go.
I did a little dog video basically. Can everyone see this now?
Yep.
Yep, there you go.
So I just did a little video.
See, that's great. Can't hear it, but it's fine.
That's cute.
All right, yeah, the audio is
No,
kind of
it's
did
fine.
use CapCut with some like a little AI voiceover for her, and just kind of tried to make it like fun, just building local brand awareness, not really expecting too many conversions from this, but I think this is cute to put on the Google business profile post too.
Well,
So
that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you put it on the Google profile, that gets attention, and everyone loves dogs and pets. If they saw that, I guarantee no one else is doing that. Dude,
Now
they picked
Freeport's
you. That's
Freeport's
awesome.
on Long Island, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
My grandfather lived in Hempstead for many years and owned a luncheonette on Front Street in Hempstead for many years. I remember when I lived in Connecticut going to visit him in Hempstead. So yeah, it's
Right around the corner from us.
Yeah.
But so when I do these edits, I try to do it like less than 30 seconds so that I can post it everywhere, including
Yep.
Google. And then the only thing you just got to cut it is the different format. Like social's like 916, Google likes 4.5, but that's just a cropping thing. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's a cropping thing, and they're making things now. Don't know off the top of my head, but it will do it for you, all the different formats. So
I would love to find, I've tried to create prompts with like to get the video editing streamlined because that seems to be the most time intensive part about it. But
yeah,
Jim, if you come across any AI tools that will just edit.
no, there are. That's what I'm saying. They're still janky, frankly, but
Yeah.
man, just give it 2 weeks.
Yeah, right.
It'll get a lot better. That's
I've
great.
tried a couple, but they didn't feel, I don't know.
Yeah, they're
They
still
can't
janky.
like capture your vibe.
No,
Yeah.
not quite yet. They're not there yet, but they're coming.
Are you posting new videos once in a while, or are you just keeping that same one up on your Google file?
My goal is to post a video a week.
Okay.
On like the socials and Google business profile, but I don't really, the socials is just whatever. Google's the main engine. So
Yeah, it's 99.9% is that's your focus. Everything else is good, bonus if you get something from it, but yeah, post on the profile. And then I wanted to make sure we hit on, it was room 6. Again, I was only there for 30 seconds. So someone was talking about softwares. A question on software. I didn't know if it was that software or competition software.
There were a couple of us
Yeah.
that wanted to know what other people use, and if anybody uses CC storage. They don't charge a lot of fees, but I wonder if you get what you pay for.
I have
Does anybody
CC.
know anything about CC storage? As your platform?
So I have CC storage. So it's good for non-REIT dominated areas. There is some hiccups. So when you create an account, it will automatically give them a lock code if you have the lock code before they sign the lease. It will not generate a code, the gate that I found before they sign the lease. But otherwise, it's really good for non-REIT areas. Otherwise, I mean, personally, I'm switching from CC storage to Monument right now because I'm in a REIT area. The automations, the extra stuff that CC storage just does not have right now, doesn't help me. You can't track marketing, so you can't track your Google clicks. It's very, again, for tertiary markets.
Elizabeth, it's really, really difficult from a marketing perspective to track anything. They don't have any cross-domain tracking at all. And you lose a lot of visibility and credibility because they move your rental process to another website. And so I'm seeing a lot of issues with that. People are dumping off in the funnel because, well, one, I don't have the tracking, but two, when somebody is moved off to another website, it sends off alarm bells and they don't come back. And you don't have any way to capture them. So just as a cautionary tale, just look at that online rental flow very closely because I think there's a lot of holes in that right now.
Yeah. And Elizabeth, I'm going to throw one other thing, and this is not specific to CC storage, so please don't think like anybody's piling on or whatever. I'm going to tell you, for anybody who's looking for a new software, think of them like the head of an octopus, and every bit of your other bit of service is an arm of that has to connect to it. So the question would be for CC, who do you work with through your API for gate access, for mobile apps, for call center services, for all of the other, the security camera, like anything you have that's connected to your software? Just ask any new provider, who do you work with and who can I talk to about that? Just if you ask that question, and as long as they align with whatever you currently have or want to move to, fantastic. But if they tell you none, well, then you're kind of putting yourself on an island.
Yeah,
Elizabeth, let's ask a few questions.
I have
questions
ESS right now, and I just feel like the fees keep increasing.
Who are you using?
I was gonna say the couple easy storage solutions.
Okay.
Elizabeth, how I was in the room with you, and I actually pushed the button. I actually exited before I kind of got a chance to ask some inquisitive questions. How big is you have somebody's concept to kind of give you better advice or kind of explore? You only have one facility, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. How many units is that facility?
185.
185. Okay. The reason some of us, when the reason I'm asking this question, and a lot of people understand, is because then we take in the cost. I also take a look at effect into cost of a software. Like if you have Randy who has, or some of us, or even I'm using Jim's who've been on here for a while. Multiple 30 plus facilities to manage. You have that cost can be differentiated between the facilities versus a smaller one where you're more price sensitive on spending money on your FMS. So that gives everybody the concept of that. And I understand easy solutions, kind of the nickel and dime from the credit card fees to everything else. So,
but what you get with ESS is you get a website, you get online rentals, you get a call center, you get a lot of things that if you go to a standalone software that you don't have. So Monument's a great product, but for 185 units, I don't know. You're going to have to go out and get a website. You're going to have somebody answer your phones on a call center. You're going to have to set, online rentals up. You're going to have to set up tenant insurance or tenant protection. So you have to weigh the difference between building a technology stack versus a one-stop shop solution. So I don't work for Storeable, so. Yeah. I'm just saying.
So I have CC storage. I have a little under 300 units right now, across 2 states, and I'm moving to Monument. So I think I probably am most, forerunner on this one. It automatically integrates with tenant protection. You can do online rentals. You can get a website. Again, it's not some fancy website by any means, but in my opinion, Storeable products aren't any fancier when it comes to the website. So there's not as much automation as I would like. The lease is pretty easy to work through. It's simply a check mark. There's no signature. You can do certain amendments and stuff of that nature. You can send mass emails out. You can pick who you want to send the email to. So there's still some customization, But my main kicker was no marketing tracking. It's really just you lose out any of that marketing money where you're getting the most response. And then for Monument, again, decent website, nothing fancy, but the tracking and all that stuff is far better. And you're able to put here on the 19th, you're going to be able to also put the credit card processing fee on the tenant as well. So that's a big shift that's happening on switching the credit card processing fee to the tenant. So I'm currently paying $1.20 for a unit on Monument when I start versus nothing on CC Storage. However, CC Storage is far more limited, great for tertiary market. So I'm not sure exactly where you are, Elizabeth, but if you don't have any big REITs around you, personally, I would go with CC Storage. Like I was only paying, I think it was $60 a month for the website and the backend management. You can pull reports, you can do a lot of stuff. As long as you're not, competing with bigger mid-range competitors or larger, I think it's perfectly fine.
Well, thank you. That helps. Hope that's clear as mud for you. Is that all right? Okay. So, but yeah.
Well, I think I can help Elizabeth with what she's currently facing if she will be willing for us to connect, see how we can solve that.
Yeah. Put your information in chat. That's great.
Yes,
Tommy, I see you had a question about Google Business. Did you get your question answered? Do you want to bring it to the group?
Yes, I think does everybody want to add some details? Basically, I'm just in due diligence for a facility, and it has good Google reviews. I think they got like 25 or so, and it's 4.9 average. And the name, I might keep the name, but I'm not sure yet. But I'm trying. Obviously, I'll change the phone number, and I'll change. It's a tertiary market, so they have their personal number attached to it. So I'll have to put a new phone number there. Very simple website, so I'll have a better website than that. So I just want to know how much I guess I can change and still keep the Google reviews.
Corey, can he acquire the GBP page and then edit all the contact so he would keep all the traffic?
Yes, but be very careful when you do that. Be very systematic. There's some research that's been done about the best way to approach that. Regardless, it may require you to go through the re-verification process, which is a pain, but do it because it's worth it. Keeping all of those reviews and all of that traction is worth it to do, but you may have to go through the re-verification process. But if you do it methodically, Tommy, if you reach out to me, I can give you some hints and tips on how to do that so you don't trigger it. As long as you're not changing too much at once, you can usually get through it without a re-verification, but not always.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, reach out to Corey, get a checklist,
yeah,
follow it, because there is a cadence to it, like she was talking about. You're not just doing everything at once because you'll raise some red flags. So there's a cadence to it. So do it and follow it to a T.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Shannon, how is Arkansas?
It was wonderful. Thank you for asking. I just love Shelly Harris and her team. They do good work for that group. And
they tried to get me to come down this year, but I couldn't figure it in all. So
couldn't
one
get a
thing I've
schedule.
never been to yet, but I saw I knew they had some good traffic there, so I didn't know how it was.
Yeah, I mean, like most of the shows lately, I will say it was a little vendor heavy and a little operator light, but I don't think that's an Arkansas issue. I have been seeing that in many locations recently. So I think that's a good question for this group, for all the operators that you have. Are you guys specifically kind of choosing to cut back on travel for your state association stuff? Because that's kind of, from my perspective, what it feels like. Can somebody speak to that?
We just had our TSSA a meeting in Houston that was just like a local meeting, not even the big. We had a great turnout. The room was packed. So maybe it's regional or.
Yeah, I'm talking about like for the full on, like that was a luncheon. I think that you guys just did in Houston. But like for the full state meeting, where you kind of have to travel and stay overnight and do all the things. And it's making me wonder if people just are not doing that.
We just had 1,000 owner operators at our TSSA conference in San Antonio. And I would say it took about 5 minutes to walk around the vendor room. So it was not vendor heavy. We really had a good opportunity to network and visit with one another. And I was real pleased with the turnout. So
That's
we're not
fantastic.
seeing that, but
Yeah. Well, Texas is a little
what's
different.
Texas doing? What's
Yeah,
Texas
I
doing
mean,
that's different?
listen, I'm on the board for Texas, Sharon, so I cannot
Okay.
wait. There's a board meeting in 2 weeks, and if you think your words are not going to be straight into their ears, I am finding with the other states, and I know there's some other vendors on here who I see around. Holly, you're smiling. I mean, am I alone here? You think I'm crazy?
Oh no, you're never crazy, Shannon.
Well, don't ask my husband. He might.
Well, yeah, okay. But you'll have to forgive me. I was catching up with a Slack message. What was the question?
They were asking about how Arkansas was, and
Oh,
I
I've
love
never
that
been to
group.
the Arkansas
Yeah, this was
show.
my
I don't know
second time,
why.
and it is a very well put together professional group. That's what I will start with. But what I was saying was that I felt like it was vendor heavy and light on operator attendees, and that I have actually been noticing that at other state functions, other than Texas. Sharon agreed. And maybe Florida. I think Florida was really well attended last year as well. But
Yeah.
I'm finding with the other states, and I'm going to New England next week, so I'll be interested to see how that goes. But wanted to
It's
just
been about 50% of vendors to operators, and it was never that much, that ratio. But I would also say that we've seen a dramatic increase in builders. That's what I personally think. I feel half of the vendors themselves are builders and developers since the cycles have slowed down. They're, trying to drum up business. So I think that's kind of padded it. I also think there's we've had lots and lots of these meetings in our association meetings, but there's the proliferation of third-party management now as more people aren't buying properties, there's more third-party managers, they're also showing up to exhibit. So for me personally, software, those third-party managers, and you too, Shannon, those are also our customers too, which is great. But yeah, it does kind of just depend on where you go on what the mix is. But I see lots of vendors in here shaking their Dusty nodding, he's seen the same thing too.
David,
Definitely
I
less
see your
operators.
hand has been up for a while.
Yeah, I exhibited at the national show in Vegas, the ISS World Expo, and I can tell you that attendance was definitely down from previous years. I'm not sure why, but it maybe mirrors what you're seeing on the state level. But there was definitely a lower attendance in Vegas this year.
I agree with what you're saying. I have noticed not just builders, but just the metal, like just the metal guys. Like there's a lot of metal guys. And not for nothing, because I know we have some people in this room who are actively searching for their first one, and you're thinking about, do I build or do I buy? But it's really interesting when you're at a state show because the rooms are smaller and you really can kind of see the whole thing at a glance. I know who that person is when they walk in the trade show floor and they go to metal guy, then to metal guy, and then to metal guy. I'm well aware that they're probably not going to stop over here at call center services because they're just not that far along in the process, right? And you're right, there's a lot more of them, Holly. I hadn't thought about that.
Makes sense. Well, great. Well,
next time I'm at a show, Shannon, I won't leave you out. I'll stop by and say hi.
There we go. We'll come by. We'll give you.
I need a hug.
We need a storage meetup bingo card.
Well, I want to be mindful of the time. It's top of the hour, so it goes by quick. I know. So, again, I appreciate everybody. Oh, gotta do the selfie real quick. So, camera's on. I need it for the YouTube thumbnail. So, ready? Count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. All right. Again, I appreciate everyone taking the time out of their busy schedules, showing up here every Friday. Love it. If you see someone that might be interested in joining us in the future, cool. Pass it along. We'll keep the group growing and get this dynamic. Keep going and getting the communication going. It's fun. I hope that you guys get some value out of it. It's not just BSing for an hour. You're getting some value out of this. So that's the whole point. But I appreciate everyone. Have a great weekend.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Take care.